Hey guys, Quicksilver Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. This is our German 1920s campaign, and it is currently February of 1928, and we're at war with the Italian Empire, and we have another battle against one of their larger fleets, so we will see if our Byron-class battle cruisers can win another battle. We are up against the San Francisco, it's not the San Francisco, but the San Francisco class battleship. Looks like there are 3 of them, along with a Giuscardo class battlecruiser. Probably terrible pronunciation there, but should be a good battle. They do have a lot of extra ships, so we shall keep our distance and make sure we do not receive any terrible torpedo barrages. Alright, a nice clear day, which is always something you like to see here. So I'll just group up my cruisers together, keep them on screen, put them on torpedo evasion there, and then probably put my battle cruisers on torpedo evasion. Let's speed things up a little. See where the enemy is. That direction. Pretty interesting that we can't actually see the enemy yet, but let's put that on times 30. Should be any moment now. I'm wondering, it says clear weather, light sun glare. Alright, there are some enemy ships spotted, so let's see what is going on over here. That looks to be... is that one of their battleships? That is a very strange looking set of armament, but I believe that is actually... no, there we go. That's their battleship. So I was like, that looks like a cruiser on the other side. So, what do we need to do here? Let's go to our left and start a long-range duel with the enemy. Watch our fleet in motion. I have to say, I had some issues during the beta branch with how ships were screening. I feel a lot better about how ships are screening now that the patch is live. I don't know if it's just the circumstances, but I feel like the screening of the ships is a lot more accurate. You know, you have a couple ships on either side. That's how a fleet should maneuver. In these long-range duels, I don't really want to be messing around with cruisers and destroyers because they're not the important ships in a duel. So let's see. Some of those ships are a little close for comfort. Of course, we still have collision problems. Admiral Hipper colliding with Arminius, Victoria, Luis. Doesn't sound very German. Yeah, Hipper just keeps colliding with Arminius. Really wish... that's just ridiculous. Like, pull off, slow down by a couple knots, and then pull back. It's not... I mean, I'm not a coder, so I don't know how all of this works, but I feel like this shouldn't be that difficult. I will say that my cruisers are a little far ahead. That might be a little bit too far. Man, the Hipper has really ruined my battlecruiser formation. And that was quite a hefty hit on the Bertha. I'm not a big fan of that. It got a little too close for my liking, that is for sure. And torpedo hits. Oh boy. You need to detach out and you need to retreat. And that's a torpedo spread. Looks like we are fine. Let's regroup and get out of torpedo range. Hertha, you have taken way too much damage. So, man, and that destroyer just went straight into an enemy torpedo. So all of those nice things I was saying about screening ships kind of goes out the window with they went too far the screen. I wish you could set sort of like a screen range. Like, I want my ships to be within this distance of these ships. Like, that's not a screen to me, that's an aggressive action by the Admiral Hipper, and it's way too far out, and it just took a torpedo hit. It's on torpedo evasion too. So I'm not really happy with that, to be honest. And that destroyer just looks like it's stuck in the water. Now it's moving. Yeah, I would like some more mechanics on the screen, like say I want my ships within 3,000 meters, no closer than 1,000, like just a little bit more fleet organization would be great, because for people like me who aren't great at microing multiple battle groups, and then what is the Admiral Hipper doing? Why is it stuck in the water? Feels like it keeps slowing down and getting stuck. That's, once again, that's not a screen. That's an aggressive maneuver. There's a flash fire on that cruiser. Unfortunately, I couldn't click it in time. Probably just a small flash fire right on the rear of it. But nonetheless, good to see. Yeah, these ships they're too grouped up. They aren't screening. That is just some bizarre behavior over there. I don't like that behavior whatsoever. And then sure enough, Admiral Hipper takes another hit, so let's get Admiral Hipper out of there. I wonder if Admiral Hipper can join Hertha. Yeah. So, not everything nice I said just seems to need to go out the window. Alright. Yeah, you guys, if I put you on AI, will you do better? Because you guys are just... nothing of what you are doing is screening. A screen, you guys would be out over here, not over there. Ah, boy. Alright, sorry about that silence there, just sort of thinking what I want my cruisers to do. I mean, the simple solution is just get good and learn how to micro multiple groups at once. That would be that would make the most sense. But at the same time, why have these formations if they don't work? But it is what it is. So let's see if I can go back onto screening for you. And if I can go back onto screening for you. And see if we can take out these battleships. So one of their battleships looks like it's on low fuel. That's par for the course for the Italians. Really unfortunate to see, though. There's a torpedo wave coming out. Lost sight of it. Hopefully that means that the torpedoes failed, because I don't see the torpedoes anymore. There's some more torpedoes going out. Hopefully our battle cruisers might need to put them on torpedo evasion. Yeah, Kronprinz. Wow, terrible torpedo evasion. Absolutely god-awful torpedo evasion. Why are you... I swear their speed is just going in and out, in and out. I mean, that looked like it wasn't moving at all. Then it started moving again. I don't know. They just had a update. I think I'm playing on 1.0403 or something. 1403, I think. They've been doing a lot of minor fixes. I would really love if they brought out just consolidated their fixes together, tested it, and then released it, because it seems like things are a little bit different. Alright, there's a battleship sunk. I don't know how many battleships are left over here. Once again, cruisers are going in for an attack run as opposed to just sitting right here, which would be amazing. There was a penetration on the Arminius, nothing major. We're probably a little too close, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, we are too close. That's just me not paying attention to the battle and paying more attention to what these ships are failing to do. So, let's have you retreat, lay smoke. Need you all to lay smoke. Victoria, Luis, you're not doing great. Looks like 2 of their battleships are down, so it's just one of their battleships, and it is low on fuel. It is being pummeled. Their battlecruiser hasn't taken much damage, unfortunately. Quit grouping up like that. Okay, I need you to detach out. I need you to retreat. I need you to go with the retreating group. And let's just put you guys together. See if that works. And put you guys on torpedo evasion. Alright, so all of their battleships are down, so now it's just, looks like 2 light cruisers, a cruiser, and their battle cruiser. There could be more out there, but that's all I've spotted. And what do we have? So they're retreating. You guys, once again, too close. Oh no, and then terrible sea conditions. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, big hits on their battle cruiser, lots of flooding, lots of penetration damage. I like to see that. I don't remember what the control is. There we go. Oh boy. You guys can't see that, but I just changed to my G-Force experience. I really wish removing the HUD. I'll have to see if there's a keybind that's a little bit better. Makes it easier to go in and out. This kind of weather is miserable to play in, especially for YouTube. I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. So, I'll just, you know, zoom in as close as I can to this battleship. Battle cruiser. It's technically my version of a battleship. And how far away is that? I think we can sink that. So outside of our cruisers doing stupid things, I think this was a pretty solid battle for us. One of the downfalls of this game is it just becomes better to have a bunch of battleships and battle cruisers because it's easier to control them, and sometimes the cruisers don't provide a lot, and then you can build battle cruisers in a way that just absolutely light up the smaller ships. So, might be something that we are forced to do, build various types of battle cruisers. I know eventually what I do in my big fleets is I don't bring destroyers in my big fleets. I just bring like heavy cruisers and battleships and battle cruisers. because after a while things just don't matter. I'm not going to hunt down that last destroyer, especially in this weather. It's too rough. So absolute beating there. We sank 17 ships. Just take a look at ship stats. Gives you an idea of what we have going for us. So as you can see, basically all of our ships above 10%, except for Hertha, whereas all of their ships are below 5%, except for the Santa Maria. So that's sort of, you know, how the AI builds ships, and then how we build ships. We build ships that are designed to actually hit things. DDV-22 went low on ammo. Probably took a... I don't know. But anyways, good battle there. Okay, April 1928, and we have another clash of fleets. Some of their remaining battleships and a battlecruiser against sort of a consolidated fleet in the Mediterranean. I moved a lot of our damaged ships back to port so they could resume repairs, and then consolidated the remainder of the two fleets together. So this should actually be an easier battle because I have 4 battle cruisers. The destroyers and light cruiser will definitely be on screen duty along with the cruisers. Hopefully they just don't get too close. So let's dive right on in and see if we can sort of wipe out the Italian Navy. Okay, so on to the seaboard. So let's put all of our battle cruisers together. Screen. You guys could screen torpedo evasion, and might as well put you guys on torpedo evasion, and let's go ×5 and see what we have for the enemy fleet. That's a battle cruiser, I think. Or it could be a battleship. That does kind of look like... Gosh, the collisions, just absolutely brutal. Let's see if I can see it again. So that's their battleship. That's sort of like their Ciaudulio, or what's the other one? Trying to remember the Italian battleships off the top of my head, but they're World War I battleships that they refitted to World War II battleships. That's basically what these are. And, you know, they look like a nice design. What's crazy is, if you look at how they looked in World War I compared to World War II, at least that, the shell, I should say, they might as well just have built new ships, the Italians, which, I mean, they did build new ships. They had the Littorio class. Wow, those were some fantastic hits. They had the Littorio class battleships, and I mean, those things were modern battleships. They could have done with better torpedo protection, but everything else about them was, you know, a modernized battleship. A little bit of a pen on the Goeben, but nothing major. So whatever those two ships are that are moving forward for essentially torpedo runs, they're being blasted. Hopefully my cruisers in this battle can actually dodge torpedoes. I like that they're firing the torpedoes at my cruisers. Doesn't look like it's taking evasive action yet. Wow, it's on, like, they're on torpedo evasion, and it didn't even try to evade that torpedo. That's horrific. I mean, you guys tell me if that looked like it tried to dodge that torpedo whatsoever. It looked like it just went straight into the torpedo. So, rather unfortunate there. That ship took a massive beating that wasn't necessary. So let's just keep picking apart these ships. What are... Our battle cruisers are doing some very... Let's not turn closer to them. Let's turn away. Probably because I have them on torpedo evasion, and the battle cruisers will evade the torpedoes, whereas the cruisers seem to not. So let's regroup our battle cruisers, and probably what the Goeben will do is just like do a big circle, and that'll probably group our battle cruisers up. It'll absolutely murder the Goeben's aim progression. Like you to adjust your speed, which you're not. And please don't ram me. Okay. I took a torpedo hit? The heck was that torpedo? And he took a torpedo hit. I did not see torpedoes in the water. Dang it. I feel like our sonar is really lackluster. Medusa, you're just taking an absolute thrashing. Just please get out of there. Man, I didn't see those torpedoes at all. I saw the one group of torpedoes and nothing else. I think in the future, I'll just take my battle cruisers off of, or battleships off of torpedo evasion, and we'll just stick them really far away from the enemy. This is still too far out for screening. Alright, some massive hits there on a low fuel ship that, you know, one of their points of emphasis is make the AI not stop. Oh my god! Just get out of here. All the retreating people together. As they're taking a beating. So as I was saying, I should probably just take them off of torpedo evasion and put them really far away. And then what I will do is I'll just have cruisers and I'll set their speed very similar and just maneuver them along this way. And that way should be a nice, easy way to fight a battle. Oh man, the stupid fog makes it so hard to see. Nope, wrong button again. Let's get some nice cinematic action, not that you can see the ships in the background, unfortunately. I think this looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. Alright, keep pouring on the fire, just sink whatever you can see. Looks like one of our ships, looks like their light cruiser is trying to take out either our light cruiser or our cruiser, but it's taking a pounding in the process. Ooh, that is an old hull. Old ugly hull. All this damage to our battle cruisers is from torpedoes. How is this? Is the Kronprins going to make it past? No. Dang it. I thought it was going to make it through. Alright, so what is left over here? A battleship, which is not long for this world. There we go, sinking, low fuel. I would like that battle cruiser to be taken out. It's really far away, but it shouldn't be... Really doesn't want me to select it. There we go. Its top speed is 32 knots, but right now max is 17 because of the amount of flooding, so we should be able to close the distance and take it out. And there's something left over there. It looks like a light cruiser. What is over here? Yep, light cruiser. Yeah, it's the old, ugly light cruiser hull. Its primary towers destroyed. Taking an absolute beating here. And I think it is going down. Yep. So there we have it. Just need to try and catch up to this battle cruiser and take it out. We've gained 5 kilometers on it, so that's always handy. But problem is, this angle, the game, instead of those hits being plunging hits, they'll be like ricochets or something. I mean, this thing is barely afloat, 11% float. So what does it have? 14.5-inch guns, 8.4-inch guns, and kind of technology. Warship sinks due to heavy flooding. Sonar 1, Suroscopic 4, TNT 2, 2 powder 1, increased ammo, light shells, cap ballistic 1, HE is soft cap, main shells max HE. So this is like where the AI screws up, because I think if you want max HE, you should go more like the super heavy shells as opposed to light shells. At least I think so. Triple hull bottom, no wonder these things are hard to actually sink. Anti-torque 4. So, oh, it's shaking. Alright, how far away are we now? Made up another 3 kilometers. These chases are always absolutely thrilling. Some close shots. That was a hit. That thing should just be sinking. I do find it odd that when you have such a low float that it doesn't continue to sink. Like, if a ship is that bad and it's not doing damage control, it would probably sink. At least I would think so. Especially continuing at a higher speed. That puts a lot of wear and tear on the ship as you're trying to deflood the ship. But this will probably take forever to take down, unfortunately, because it's showing its butt to us. And no matter what course I do, it'll continue to show its butt to us. I could try to split off 2 battle cruisers that way, 2 battle cruisers that way. And that way it can't properly show off its butt, but that seems like more work than I'm willing to put in at the moment. And really, I just need my ships to hit it. We're running low on ammo, which is a problem. That was a nice hit. 8% float. Just need a couple more solid hits and it'll go down. There's a rudder hit. So that's good. Come on. Could be actually hitting it a little bit more than we are with those percentages. I mean, 1 in every 10 shots should hit. That's a little less, that's a lot less than 1 in every 10. Come on, take it down. That was a nice hit. That was another one. Come on, keep flooding. I mean, its damage control should be overwhelmed at this point. Those flooding hits should be taking it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, come on, 1, and flooding, sinking. There we go. Perfect. Those always take up so much time chasing down that last ship, so another great win there. Feel like our main gun accuracy probably tanked at the end. Would like this to be closer to 20% on the big ships, but they're being replaced by new ships, so should change soon. August 1928, and peace has finally been signed between Germany and Italy. I wasn't pushing for this, but I don't really care either way. The Italians basically don't have a navy anymore, and I was actually pulling all of my forces out of the Mediterranean and moving them back home because a lot of my ships were damaged and our Bismarck-class battleships started rolling off of the dock. So after Chief Admiral Giuseppe Tarantini's intervention, Italy and Germany signed a peace treaty. So what is really cool here is I can actually take some land, and that is something. What I am thinking here is seeing if I can grab Cyrenaica. That is a nice area in Africa, right in the Mediterranean, and it would give me a decent port there. The other is Tripolitania, which is a little bit closer. I might actually go for that one because it's less. They might give it to me. Maybe. All right, so nope. Italy didn't want to give any territory up, so just earned $2 trillion. So, you know, it would have been nice to come out with a territory, but oh well. Been a little while. June 1929, basically I have been stabilizing the economy and messing around with ship or fleet compositions, but in the meantime we have unlocked Radar Rangefinder 1, and I've been waiting for this to really do some proper refits for some of our ships. This is, I would consider this absolutely huge. This is really when your ships take a giant leap in accuracy, and basically once you unlock Radar Rangefinder, all of your ships should have it. So just wanted to give you guys an update that I will probably start the refit process of our ships, and just to show you what is going on in our grand empire here as we get through the millions of notifications. It's kind of like Facebook spamming you with all of these notifications here. Just show you, politics-wise, nobody's really threatening us right now. Where's Germany? We were at the top a moment ago. So I'll probably start, angering somebody, maybe Spain. Is that Spain? Or is that Spain? That's China. Oh. Well, I don't really want to go to war with China, so maybe we'll start angering the United States or something. But we have probably a year, 2 years to do so. But if you look at how our economy is going, our GDP is fantastic. Our growth is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, our active fleet is very good in comparison to all of the other fleets out there. Of course, some of these fleets spam light cruisers and destroyers like the United States. France has a ton of heavy cruisers and light cruisers. And then there's England, 26 battleships. I would like to see the status of these battleships or the stats of them, because I would imagine that some of them are just ancient and old, but it's England. They should have the largest navy pre-1940. As far as finances, we're doing really well and everything is maxed, and you can see that we're building a lot. And as far as what we're building, you can see here, we are building a bunch of these Scharnhorst class battle cruisers and 3 more Bismarck class battleships. We have 6 of them built, and as far I think that'll bring us to 9 total. We have 3 Bayern class battle cruisers left just until this 18-month cycle goes by, but I mean they're obsolete at this point. And then I think we have 3 Scharnhorst class battle cruisers built already, so we'll have a bunch of those. Could probably build more of these Wolfsburg cruisers, but really I'm not happy with them. Their turrets keep jamming, and we will be refitting them. Really, I would like to move up to 10-inch turrets. I might see about building a new class of cruiser now that I have radar, and 10-inch turrets sound really fancy. We have a couple light cruisers, nothing amazing. Light cruisers, to me, are better for the nations that have an empire that's spread apart, and you have a lot of the smaller ports that you need to protect convoys and intercept enemy convoys. So with Germany being all mashed up into one location on the map, the light cruisers aren't as important. Same with destroyers. So, like different playthroughs, you'd see more destroyers and more light cruisers, whereas we're just going with a big old grand fleet because we don't have any colonies. We're just over here. Whereas if we're Italy or France or England, it would make sense to have lots more light cruisers spread across the world, more battle cruisers, and maybe less battleships per se. And maybe even the same with the United States, although they're fairly grouped up until you go into the Pacific, where it's kind of a mess in the Pacific. But that is where we're at. I'll probably mess around with the shipbuilders, see if I can show something off, and then that might be it for this episode. But figured it has been basically a year in game since we made peace with Italy, so figured I would show off what is going on. So here's the first of our refits, refitting the heavy cruiser Wolfsburg class, and this is quite an extensive refit. You'll see refit time 5 months here, and this makes me a lot happier about this ship. I unlocked a new secondary tower, went from 7 to 8, and Tower 8 can actually hold 9-inch guns on it, whereas we had 8-inch guns previously, and these are a lot beefier than the 8-inch guns. They look great, their accuracy is a lot better, so pretty happy there. And then other things that we did, we went from gear turbines to 2, we went from Augs 2 to 3, Shaft 2 to 3, and what else did we do? Added Gen 1 radar, upgraded from 4 to 5 for stereoscopic sights, added some depth charges because why not? Increase the main belt a little, increase the deck by another inch, and the 4.5 deck by another 1/2 inch, and then upgraded the Citadel armor to match, upgraded the turret armor to be more in line with 9-inch turrets. Basically, what I mean by that is max them out. And other than that, yeah, I think that's about it. Moved around these guns slightly as this, the rear tower caused these guns to have bad firing arcs, and then shifted the front and rear turret just slightly so that the ship would have a perfect balance to it, and its pitch and roll is pretty decent too. Engine efficiency went up also, so its range is a little bit further. So I am pretty happy with the Wolfsburg now. I think we're at 90% of our total tonnage before, and we're basically at 100% right here. So yeah, that's our first refit. I'm pretty excited about that, and hopefully it fixes the stupid turret issues that we've been having of the turrets jamming. Maybe not, but let's save that, and I will see if I can mess around with any other ships. And actually, that is all we are going to refit for the moment, because we only have a little less than 6,000 tons left available in our shipbuilding capacity, and I was able to refit all but one of the Wolfsburgs, and they're just shy of 12,000 tons. And seeing as they will take about 5 months to refit, and then none of our ships that we're building will be built soon, there's no real point in rushing a refit, especially when we are researching. I'm trying to delve down armor quality. That I think that would be the next major thing to unlock, would be modern armor, as that's more weight shaving. I tried to mess around with the Bismarck class battleship, and I have an issue of it is now overweight with everything. So I really need that modern armor to unlock, because I need radar on all of my ships. But as I said, we are capped, so there's no real point in messing around, as we have 5 months before we can do anything, and even then that's only about 150,000 tons that unlocks, and seeing as the Bismarcks are just shy of 55,000, we couldn't even refit 3 Bismarcks at a time. So no real rush there. I think refitting our cruisers is absolutely crucial here, and really important. That'll help us out a ton, and looking forward to that. So we will end the episode here. I feel like that was a good amount of combat, and now we're at peacetime, and we're refitting our navy, re-gearing for the next war. So if you guys have made it this far, I greatly appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, comment. All of that YouTube jazz really helps out the channel. Really excited on the channel's growth. As I'm recording this, I just hit 100 subscribers. This will probably come out a little ways after that 100 subscriber mark, but I'm super excited. You know, you have to have goals. Next goal is 500 subscribers, and then on to that fabled 1,000. So I greatly appreciate all of you, and as always, until next time.